Well, it's the beginning of spring, and a supermoon is in on the celebration.
Not just a supermoon, the super worm moon lit up the sky, marking the equinox. It's called the worm moon because it marks the time when the ground gets a little softer and worms begin to appear in the soil. Eric Fisher joins us now. And Eric, who knew I knew so much about the worm moon?
Did you know? Did you?
Worms, Eric, worms.
Oh, yes. Well, it was a beautiful sight out there tonight. And yes, a little bit of a warming trend as well to come along with it, hitting 50 in many towns today. And not as cold tonight. It's 41 degrees in Boston, a southwesterly breeze, keeping the temperatures up a little bit, mostly well into the 30s to around 40. And we won't see that precipitous drop that we've had over the last several nights with some really cold starts to the day. Interesting setup as we watch our next storm. There are three pieces to it. One is an area off the Carolina coast, some areas of showers and thunderstorms just kind of festering there, waiting for this front, which is going to catch it. And then this one is going to swallow the whole thing as we head into Friday, and that's going to produce a stronger storm heading into the weekend. It will mostly affect northern New England, but it'll bring some very heavy winds to us here in southern New England. So tomorrow morning, we're in the 30s, and our brightest part of the day should be the first part of the day, and really not a bad one to be outdoors. Won't be as blue sky as what we had this afternoon, but high temperatures close to 50 degrees. The high clouds thickening up, becoming mostly cloudy as we head toward the evening. The breeze will start to pick up out of the southeast, but not too much to deal with out there. So highs again close to 50 away from the immediate water's edge, and generally 40s at the coast and as well as across the higher terrain. Now tomorrow night is where the rain starts to move in, mostly middle of the night here. Some heavier downpours, just a band of heavy rain that swings up across the area. Temperatures in the upper 30s to middle 40s with it, and there may be some rumbles of thunder mixed in. By about 8 o'clock Friday morning, that heavier rain tapers down, but there'll still be a scattered shower or two, and temperatures will range from the 40s across central Mass to lower 50s across the eastern end of the state. Now, rain amounts, ½ to 1 inch of rain. That won't cause any flooding issues, but it's a pretty good soaking. And with those onshore winds, we'll talk about some minor coastal flooding. High tides to watch midday tomorrow and midnight tomorrow night. That's where we'll see our highest water. Not expecting a major issue. And the winds, at least at the onset, are not a big part of the story either. Some gusts over 30 tomorrow night, even some over 40 across Cape Cod. And then the storm system moves right over the top of us on Friday, so there'll be a bit of a lull in the action. Stronger winds pick up as we head into Saturday, and this is where we'll see a lot of wind. Some gusts over 40 miles per hour, and some of the peak winds out of the northwest may even hit 50 miles per hour across the higher terrain. So a really windy day, and it could be an interesting morning when we wake up. We'll be watching the upper level energy that swings down across the area late Friday night and into Saturday morning, and this could turn the ground white again as we look toward the first part of the day, waking up to maybe a coating to an inch of snow before drier air rapidly moves in on Saturday. The bigger totals across the greens, the whites, interior sections of Maine. Highest chance of seeing an inch or so would be in the higher elevations in Worcester County, and particularly toward the Monadnock region. And we may even see some coatings into Boston and parts of southeastern Massachusetts before the drier air takes over. But a windy, chilly Saturday. High temperatures just in the 40s. Sunday, totally different story. 60 degrees and mostly sunny skies. So the overall trend is at or warmer than average temperatures through the weekend. Sunday is definitely the pick to be outside. And if you're planning your Boston Marathon training run for the weekend, yeah, Sunday would certainly be the pick. Monday, we'll manage the 50s before a front comes through and brings with it some rain and colder temperatures for Tuesday and Wednesday. David and Lisa, back to you.
All right, thank you.